Well, Steve Brian. Hey, look, I got two of them now. That only one of them. Anyways, I wanted to talk today about politics. No. I don't want to talk about politics. I want to talk about politics. You know, how people think. Understand what? You know, how people brand themselves. Conservative, liberal, some socialist, social democrat, communist, Soviet, right? Federalist, libertarian, independent, Republican, conservative Republican, Reaganite Republican, politics and how people think and how it gets into their head and it twists them all around until they're living in unreality. Reality. It's a simple concept. Right? I believe in the Bible they call it the grace of God. In all of the major traditions, Buddhism, Taoism, Sufism, Islam, certain parts of Christianity. No, we gotta leave Catholicism out because that's all fake. Presbyterian, the Lutherans, Rosicrucians, even the Illuminati. Those are all political schemes. Ideologies, shall we say, theologies, for you to, base your patterns and your opinions on. What the hell are you talking about, Brian? You've been smoking too much weed. Well, you know what? Drinking beer today, too. Happy 4th of July for everybody. I hope your families are safe and happy. Everybody had good festivities, not too many people burning their house down, deep frying the frozen turkey, oh wait, that's Thanksgiving. But anyways, happy 4th of July, everybody. May our country, last forever. And may we become stronger as Americans, and may our nationalities, and all of our stupidity and idiosyncrasies be placed to the side so that we can get on with, recovering from COVID-19 and the government's plots. Feeds right in, doesn't it? Anyway, politics. Here, I'll give you an example. Here in this little community here, Sadleyville, they call it. Virtually all of the people that live in Hadley subdivision work for Round Mountain Gold Company. I mean, there's like maybe 3,000, 3,500 max. And the vast majority of them, 90%, work for the mine. The other 10% are either, senior family members or children, right? Or the people, the locals that grew up around here that work at service jobs. My boss, Tasha, she's the manager of the local gas station, convenience store, laundromat, coffee shop, gas station, and then there's the people that work for the school system, because, the company, it's a company town, but they have everything, just like back in the 50s when they were military. Right? And then you got all of the locals, all of the people that live out here, in the wilds, you got the RO Ranch and all the cowboys and everybody that live out there and work out there. You got your people that live over yonder here, you got your Mickey Mouse Ranch, and then you got the whole vast Big Smoky Valley, all the way up to Austin, where there's people scattered everywhere. There's probably within this valley, within this 100-mile stretch of the Big Smoky Valley, and at its widest point, it's only 30 miles wide. Right? there's probably upwards of about maybe 7,500 people living, and scattered all over the place. And they all have their own political views. And Nevada is, mostly Trump company. You know, uh, I mean, not they're not so much Trumpites. It's just that they were conservative. You know what I'm saying? Since Eisenhower days, right? Nevadans have their own mindset, their own way of thinking, and their own politics. Because here in Nevada, the police just bother you. Even in the big cities. I mean, the police is focused on crime, not creating crime like in other cities like Detroit or Phoenix, right, or LA, you know what I'm saying, or New York City. The police out here are concerned with keeping the crime down, solving the crimes that occur, and preventing any more crimes from going on, right? And they have the support, right, of the people that live in the countryside. Because that's all they're interested in. They're not interested in who you are, where did you come from, how many felony convictions you got, you know what I'm saying? Right? They don't profile you. Right? They help. I've had contact 5 times now with either Nye County Sheriff Deputy or Nevada State Patrolman. You know what I'm saying? Right? And I don't remember any of those times, any of those officers ever asked me for any ID or what my name was. The last time that the High Post pulled us over when we were cutting through Austin, is he pulled us over for this simple fact, because I had the sticker for the license plate in the wrong spot. And because me and Teresa are older, we're senior citizens, right? He pulled us over just to make sure that, it's coherent enough to understand. And when I explained to him, hey, I just came from Arizona, we put it up here. He says, well, in Nevada, we put it down here. I said, cool, bro. And he was happy, you know what I'm saying? Because when he got out of the truck and walked up to the car and looked in the window, this is what he saw. He saw Ma and Pa going to town. And basically what was happening was Ma and Pa were going to town. He knew we didn't have any guns, any drugs, any illegal shit. He knew we weren't smuggling no human beings in the trunk. Right? We made one simple little error. You know what I'm saying? And he just wanted to stop and check on us, our well-being, and make sure that we were okay. Because where he got us at was out in the nether. And he knew in his mind that we live out here somewhere. He was just checking on us to make sure. And that's how the police is supposed to do their job. Remember, to serve and to protect. Right? And that's how Nevada is. And Nevadans expect that. They expect their law enforcement officials to act in this way, and in a manner accordingly, to the law. Okay, now, we've established that parameter. Now, out here in the countryside, with all the Trump supporters and the leftover Reaganites from the 80s and the 90s, the old senior citizens. There is a very decided conservative mindset out here, right? And people believe what they believe. And when I say conservative, I mean, respect, manners, morals, values, all those things that we were raised up with, that our grandparents, and our uncles and our aunties, and our mom and our dad instilled in our mind, when we were little, when we were growing up, and how to think. They were preparing us for the future when we were their age, when we were older than them, right? They were giving us this opportunity to build an opinion of the world around us based on, a decided societal template, shall we say, to build a foundation for a political, mindset. The way you think, the idiots up there in Washington are supposed to work, supposed to do. Because remember, they work for us. Just like Popo works for us. It's just like the people down at the grocery store work for us. Right? The mail lady. You understand? the guys that, drive around in the trash trucks. Right? They are all working for us. You understand? Now, if you view the world that way, if you think about, the people around you and how they perform their jobs and all that stuff, then you are building an ideology in your mind as to how you think the world should be. Politics. Now, this is a lead up for another video that's really interesting. But now, since America doesn't have any culture, none, all we have is genres, cliques, groups. It's a Facebook groups. You know what I'm saying? Right? We have these, fractured little, groups and, people, Burning Man, Freakazoids, rock and rollers, you know what I'm saying? Cowboys and cowgirls, right? We got the hip hops, you know what I'm saying? Right? The rappers and the gangsters and the thugs, fool, right? We got the gospel singers, you know what I'm saying? And people trying to put out the word through music, right? But mostly in America, what we got is we got 3 generations of young people, you know what I'm saying, that grew up with Facebook, Snapchat, TikTok. Did you know that TikTok is owned by the Chinese government and they're a bunch of communist bastards? They're out to dominate the world and take over and make us all slaves? But there are 3 billion TikTok accounts that originate in America. Think about that. Right? Do these young people have any inkling of some type of political scheme or ideology in their mind, you know what I'm saying, that tells them that some of the stuff that governments do is wrong, right? Goes directly against the human moral code of those people that have values and respect for themselves? Do they? No. They got Spot, they got Matt Damon running around killing people everywhere, all over the world, right? Because he's trying to figure out who he was because he was brainwashed by the government. We got 42 versions of Call to Duty. Every war since, Iwo Jima has been covered, and the grandson, I'm saying, he's pretty good at killing bad guys and Nazis. But that's just my politics. That's just the way my morals and my values make me think. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, sure, I enjoy a good video game. I love killing Nazis just as much as anybody else. Yeah, just throwing a couple of biscuits and a couple of bombers, shit. Man, I win World War II all by myself. What? But we have no culture. There is no culture like other countries, This is like Italy. Right? The culture in Italy is unique. It's specific to the Italian peoples, but it's divided. Right? Because remember how Italy started. Right? It was a series of city-states, Rome, Sicily, you know what I'm saying, right? Different, Genoa, Venice. These were all country city-states onto themselves. Right? And then when whichever king or knight or Mussolini or whichever one of them commie bastards or whoever, you understand, finally united Italy, right, into one cohesive, unified nation, right? The people from the countryside that lived out in the rural areas, they still had their own political ideals. They still had their own way of thinking, because of where their generations came from. Because of their culture. Because it came forward with them. Right? In America, we don't bring anything forward. Shit, if it's 6 months old, throw in the trash, man. I need to spend $180 on a new pair of Nikes. Sure. Sure, I got $124 Reebok shoes. I've had them for 2.5 years. Still wearing them. I was wearing them 15 minutes ago. Huh? Politics, you know what I'm saying? And they lead to bad things, the way some of these people generate their ideas and the way they think about it, because they have no morals, they have no values. That's part of the culture that never came through, because they were too busy watching fucking, what's his name, Jeffy Jeff or Soupy Zoop or whatever the hell, I'm saying, talking about smoking dope and counting dollars, you know what I'm saying? Right? These kids didn't realize that these fools are talking about selling drugs to make money so that they could be rich and have stuff and flash it all around. These kids don't realize that half of those videos of these dudes are flashing all their diamond rings and all that stuff's rented. It's not theirs. They put all this together. The producer guy put all this together and spent $1 million so that he could make $30 million. But they don't know it. They think that's the way to go. I'm a pimp, you're a hoe. Politics. And what bad? Well, other bad stuff, at least, yeah, I'll give you some bad stuff. Other night, right down here, 4 miles from here, at the local saloon. It's not even half built, but the bar's open. Politics. Huh? One of the local bad boys, the same, this biker dude, what thinks he is, was all dressed up in his leather clothes, riding his all brand new shiny Harley Davidson. You know what I'm saying? Rode his hot stuff over there to the saloon. You know what I'm saying? Not thinking in his brain, because he's just and he grew up around here because not thinking in his brain that there were people in that bar that just number one, they might not like him because he's dressed up like the classic biker dude, right out of a Hell's Angel movie. People are like that. Right? Because people are like that, he walked in the door with his attitude already out. Billy Badass, I'm a burger dude. Boy, I could be a Hell's Angel. The local conservative group of individuals, right, right from the get-go took offense, because he walked up, sat down, slammed the $5 bill on the bar and fucking asked for a double shot of this and that. Right? Wasn't trying to be friendly, wasn't trying to be anything. Right? Just trying to be Billy Badass. But they took offense. Now, I don't really know what happened. I just, third-hand information here, but I know that it's true. Right? This led to that, and that led to this outside, and all of a sudden our brand new shiny Harley Davidson's being kicked over on the ground, and we're getting the shit beat out of us because we're an idiot. By a bunch of idiots. Because of their politics. I'll give you another example. There's other individuals. You know what I'm saying? Most of these individuals I'm talking about came from outside. They're basically, the locals view them as outsiders. I'm an outsider. Right? But because I know enough people, because I've known this family for a few years, you know what I'm saying? Right? The ones that matter, the important ones, you know what I'm saying? Right? They accept me. They're my friend. They like me. They trust me. You know what I'm saying? And outside of that, I really don't care. I don't care what your politics are. I don't even care you got politics. It's me. You don't give a fuck. I don't care. That doesn't affect me down here. I don't care if Biden falls off the stairs of fucking Air Force One and bounces all the way to the ground and gets up with one of his eyeballs hanging out. I don't care. I don't care if, people over there on the other side of the world where it's morning time right now, plotting and scheming to kill each other and blow each other up and, bomb the cafe where there's a bunch of killers. I don't care. I don't care. It doesn't affect me. It has no bearing on the direction of my life right now because I live right now. Right? Do I have politics? No. Do I have morals and values? Yes. I have those morals and values that were instilled in me when I was little by my grandparents. Right? Because I was fortunate, you understand? Because both my grandparents, his mother and father, were still alive until I was like 9 years old. Right? So I got the benefit of 4 generations. You know what I'm saying? It's wisdom, right? And the imprint of their morals and their values when it was core, when it was important, when you helped your neighbor. You know what I'm saying? When you knew something wasn't right, you know what I'm saying, you went and made it right, even if it wasn't yours to begin with. You didn't do anything to embarrass yourself, right, or any of your family in public, right? Basically, you didn't wear your pajamas to Walmart. Right? There's other individuals that are so, they dramatize themselves so much because of where they live in the town where they live at. They've invested all their money in this so and so's business, a local guy, because the local guy, hooked them and reeled them in. So they put all their money in, right? And now they're sweating bullets because places only have built and they're already open for business and the locals have already taken over. You know what I'm saying? It's turning into their worst nightmare. You know what I'm saying? They're working double shifts over at the mine to pay for it all. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, they're making $175,000 a year to begin with. Right? And they're sweating it because the people where they live at, in the town they live at, don't like them. Because they're an outsider. Because of their poverty. You came from California, you gotta be one of them damn bleeding heart liberals. No. In their mind, it's like, no, I'm more conservative than you are. I came from California. You know how hard it is to be a conservative in California? No, I don't. I rode my bicycle through California. I never met a bad person. Right? And most of them didn't give a fuck about me neither. Right? As long as, we got along because we had respect for each other. Huh? These individuals are forgetting the number one thing. Right? When it comes to being a full-grown adult in American society today. But what is that, Brian? Huh? It doesn't matter what anybody else says or thinks or does. Right? Because they are meaningless in your life. Because they have no direct bearing on the course of your life. You are in charge. You get to make the decisions. If you're not strong enough and you don't have enough stomach and or balls to do it, right, then you get what you deserve. That's pretty harsh, Brian. No, it ain't. That's life, bro. Life ain't easy. Life ain't simple. And it don't care whether you're in the way, out of the way, on top, on the bottom, right? It's because you're going to go round and round and round in the grinder, right? Until you get ground up and spit out at the other end, you understand? Or, you know what I'm saying? You can pick yourself up by your boots, you understand? Make up your own mind, right? And move forward with your life because that's what's important. And anybody that you care about, you give your life for them, right? And you don't ask why. And you always, 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 make sure that things are right, even if it's not on you. Politics. They call it racism nowadays. What? I call it American culture, because that's all we really have. It's the way we think about each other, and the way we hate each other, and the way we despise each other, right? And the way we degrade each other. We're Americans. We live in one of the freest nations on the planet. We got it good. You want to live in Bolivia? You want to live in Bosnia? You want to live in Manila in the Philippines, where a third of all the women living in that city are prostitutes, just to eat? Americans, that's what we are. I got to thinking about this, when I was watching the 4th of July festivities the other night. And then when I heard the story of, Billy the Badass, yeah, I laughed. Because, good things happen to bad people. Right? And on the other hand of that, right, it's not good either. Because bad things happen to good people. Because of politics. Just me, Brian. Think about it. Please leave a comment. You know what I'm saying? Give a like. Subscribe. You know what I'm saying? And share this video if you think it's important for other people to know about. Thank you.